Hi guys, it's Deborah. Welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to share an update about what's going on since my last update, which was week 16 of doing alternate day fasting. And yeah, so I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and what my plans are. So let's go. So since my first day of alternate day fasting, which was August 1st, 2022, until the end of my 16 week, I'm just going to kind of share just a really brief little summary. I have all my videos and all my vlogs of that journey. So when I started alternate day fasting, my starting weight was 189.4 and my body fat percentage was 55.2 and my muscle mass percentage was 29 point something. So I was obese. And on top of that, I had a very sedentary lifestyle. I was just basically doing bare bones. I share all of my journey starting from day one in all my weekly vlogs. So if you're interested, you can go check that out. And so when I started alternate day fasting, it worked. It was like my lifesaver. I was at really a low place in my life at that time. And I needed, alternate day fasting was my lifesaver. So my life at that time was very structured. I was working 3 to 4 days a week for about 3 hours. So, plus my work schedule was kind of during the late morning, early afternoon. And that was that worked for me so well doing alternate day fasting, because when I was adjusting to those long fasts every other day, I had the opportunity to rest or, just do minimal amounts of activity. And that was amazing. And so from day 1 to week 16, I lost 24 pounds. And where things started to get kind of messy for me was my work schedule changed, my hours increased, and it went from working during the day to working in the evening, and then that fluctuated a bit. So slowly things started to get a little complicated doing alternate day fasting. What happened was, near the end of week 15, I can't remember the exact day. Anyway, I hurt my back at work, and that was the really unfortunate thing, because what happened was I was in pain, but the way it happened, it had disrupted my sleep. Anyway, I share that all in my week 16. So that's when I decided to take an alternate day fasting rest. So yeah, I credit alternate day fasting for making this, facilitating me making this massive change in my life. It was the structure I needed. I was ready for that. It was strict, it was disciplined, and I went all in. And it was the perfect thing. It's the perfect structured protocol framework for anybody who's just kind of needs to get things structured in their life, So that's what it was for me. It was like the miracle that I was asking for. I love alternate day fasting. It's incredibly healing. Well, there's so many things. I don't want to get too much into that, because I want to move into what I'm doing now. I just want to make this statement that alternate day fasting is an incredible protocol, and I highly recommend it if it's something that you're considering. Yeah, so fast forward to the end of my week 16 of doing alternate day fasting. So my weight, my statistics at that time was, my lowest weight during that week was 165.2, I believe. So I lost 24 point something pounds. And my body fat percentage had dropped to, I can't remember, it was around 40%. So from 55.2 to 40%. That's incredible. And then my muscle mass percentage increased from 29 point something to, I believe it was 35 or 36 at the end of week 16. So those are massive results. They're not like this get skinny fast. A lot of people lose a lot of weight really fast on alternate day fasting. My weight loss, my body fat loss, my increase in muscle mass percentage was based on where I was. It was like incredible to me. I didn't know that I was able to, I was kind of losing hope in the whole, I tried every diet. Anyway, that's what I accomplished through alternate day fasting. I have the greatest love and gratitude for alternate day fasting. Always will. Okay, so the day after I made the decision to take an alternate day fasting rest was a little trippy, I won't lie. Already everything was mixed up. My sleep, I was in a lot of pain, I wasn't working, all that kind of stuff. So I believe I did that last video on a fast day. So the next day was my eat day, and that was fine. I didn't eat until later. But what happened was, so the next day, I was like, oh my God, I can eat. It was really a mind shift for me. It felt weird. It felt like, it just felt odd to me. But I knew I needed to do this to reestablish some, my sleep and my pain and all that kind of stuff. So what naturally happened was that second eat day, I wasn't hungry because, I'd eaten the day before and my body was so used to, just fasting the next day after I ate. And I nourished myself really well that first eat day. Probably overate, but I was used to eating whatever I wanted to within my 8-hour eating window. So I was just like, oh, okay. So anyway, that second eat day, I didn't eat. Like, I didn't open my eating window until late. I think it was like 2 or 3. And even then I was like, oh my God, it just felt so weird to eat. So I ate, and I still had the mindset, like, eat whatever you want, which I did. I don't remember exactly what I ate that day, but, and then I just shut my window down at, I think it was 6 or 7 that day. So then the third day, which would have, if I was sticking to the routine my body was used to, that third day would have been my eat day. But because I had, eaten whatever I wanted for those last 2 eat days, I still wasn't really hungry until like 2. So what I want to say is what naturally happened was my body, I just shifted into this 20-hour fast, 4-hour feeding window. And when it dawned on me by day 3 or 4, I thought, oh, okay. I went back, did a bunch of research that this intermittent fasting window of 20 hours fasting, 4 hours of eating is really beneficial. And for me, it felt like I was like in heaven. Those 4-hour eating window was like a luxury for me, like every day. But here's what happened. I kept eating anything I wanted over the last, I guess it's been about a week and a half now. And just really didn't pay much attention to it because I was still in that alternate day fasting. Oh, it's going to be okay. Plus I didn't want to get on the scale for a few days. I just wanted to let everything rest, which I did. And it was amazing. Yeah. By day 4 or 5 of that, I realized, oh my God, I'm naturally intermittent fasting. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do OMAD. I never want to do OMAD again. Cause it was just, with that 1 hour eating window. So I thought in this 4-hour eating window, I was breaking my fast with something small, like I was doing on alternate day fasting, just a little bit more condensed. So I would start with something small, and then I would have, I found my meals were like increasing in intensity a little bit, or like volume as that went through, those 4 hours. And then I shut my eating window down at 6 p.m. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to continue on doing this. I really loved it. And also what was happening for me, I was off work and in a lot of pain. And then I had to, initiate some activity. I couldn't just, I knew that, I'm seeing a physiotherapist and all the treatment modalities are in place. So I needed to increase my activity from, going from working a physical job to doing nothing. I had to bring it back. So I started to go to the gym. And then naturally, because I love to work out fasted, all these pieces were falling into place so beautifully. So I would close my eating window down at 6 p.m., fast all through. I'd go to the gym at noon and then, do a bunch of cardio, some light weight training and stuff. Then by the time I broke my fast, it was 2 p.m. and I'll share all the food and things that I'm consuming. And then I would eat my dinner at 6 and that was it. And I was like, oh my God, this, at least in the short term, was such a beautiful protocol that just happened naturally. I didn't have to go and, put a bunch of pieces together. I love fasting. I love that moment, those hours of fasting. Plus, I also found because I got to the gym at noon, I wasn't really hungry. And then I was busy working out and exercising, at that point, my fat burning, I was utilizing fat stores so well and it just energized me. And then by the time I was finished, it was time to eat something or have a smoothie or something. So yeah, it just became this natural flow. So then what happened was I thought, okay, I found a system that I like while I'm going through this transitional period between what am I going to be doing for work. Everything is shifting. So my whole goal is to get my lifestyle back into a fairly disciplined structure again, sleep wise, eat wise, all that stuff. So for those first 4 or 5 days, I was eating whatever I wanted. I love that. But what happened was I got on the scale. And so my last weigh-in, I believe, with alternate day fasting was 165.2. So this morning, it was 168.4, I think. Anyway, I was like, oh no, my weight is going up because I didn't want to get on the scale. I didn't want to look at anything. I just needed to shut everything down. So, I know that probably that weight gain is from just eating too much. So what I did is I decided to just sit down and create another little program for myself based on this 20-hour fast, 4-hour eating window for the next, who knows how long, until I decide to reinitiate my alternate day fasting. Because we're 2.5 weeks out from Christmas and New Year's and all that kind of stuff. So I thought at least for the next 3 to 4 weeks, I want to really get this dialed in so that, I don't want my weight to go up again. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to make another video and just kind of share a little bit more detail about my structure, my 20-hour fast, 40-hour eating window protocol, and how I've sort of built that, what I'm eating in that, because I had to sit down and create a diet, not a diet, but a meal plan with some calorie deficit, not major, just to accommodate, because you can't really eat anything you want every day like I could on alternate day fasting. I mean, the amount of, you're in a calorie deficit when you're doing alternate day fasting. Yeah, so I'll just close this out with, so my new protocol right now in the interim between I at some point go back to alternate day fasting is a 20-hour fast with a 4-hour eating window. So in terms of my calorie deficit, I just did some calculations around my TDEE, my level of activity, and that whole ratio thing that you work out. I'm just starting this protocol, so I'm not sure. I'm not going to give a whole bunch of numbers and things because it's kind of like I'm in that prototype phase. But so the major things are I'm doing a 20-hour fast with a 4-hour eating window every day. And so that's my intermittent fasting protocol. I've calculated my calorie deficit, and that leaves me with an X amount of calories that I can consume in a 4-hour eating window, which is actually a lot. Even though my first thought was like, oh no, I don't want to starve. But since I've been playing with it the last couple days, I am full. And, I'm also looking at different macros, like really healthy. First time I've ever really sat down and said, okay, what is a really healthy way to do this? And so obviously I haven't put it all together, but this is where I'm going, and I'm going to share as I go. So I'm also doing, a higher protein, I'm focusing more on the protein because I'm also starting to build muscle, but I want to lose fat. I still have 26 pounds. Well, now, 26 plus pounds to go to reach my goal. And also incorporating into that diet is a lot of gut healing. I'm breaking my fast with bone broth. Actually, I break my fast with a bone broth latte. And I'm going to make a video in the coming days around kind of the staples that I'm including in my diet. It's really fun and I'm excited. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to kind of update you on where I am. I'm not fully dialed into this new protocol, but I'm excited about it, and I feel like I'm healing, and I'm excited about the holidays and enjoying a lot of these social things that are coming up. So yeah, that's my update, and I will see you guys soon in my next video.